Hey, awesome people of YouTube, welcome back to the channel. We're gonna be doing a Bannerlord video. Yes, a Bannerlord video. I have not done a Bannerlord video in quite a while. So today we're gonna be talking about taking your first fief as a solo clan and then starting up your kingdom. Right, what you're gonna need, how to prepare, all that stuff. But before we get into that, if you do enjoy this type of stuff, leave a like, comment, subscribe. You know what to do. But let's get into the video. You're a solo clan, you're not part of any kingdom, and you want to start your own. Or you just want to have a fief and just not be part of a kingdom at all and slowly take over the world as a solo clan. Well, it's gonna work the same as first, but it's better if you're part of the kingdom to take over the world as a solo clan who is a kingdom. So what you want to do first is you want to find the fief of your culture. If you're Botanian, preferably Botania is what you start with. Empire would be easier because there's so many fiefs. But I started Botania and I played for a bit, and we gonna be utilizing the Botanian Fiend champions, primarily archers. You can do with any other comp, possession of army, but just archers, the Botanian Fiend champions or Kongard work the best since they're OP. Botanian Fiend champions are OP. Foot archers, Kongard are just broken. They're OP. But you want to try to get as many troops as possible. Try to get to 200. If you want. You're also going to need to be clan tier 4 to become your own kingdom. So you're going to need a fief at first. What you want to do is you want to look, if you want to take your own fief, for a fief that has been recently taken over or recently sieged down, because it will have the least amount of defenders. There was a Sturgeon army over here. Unfortunately, they failed, so there's still quite a bit of troops over here, and there's a bunch of other lords and stuff like that. So, in order to help us mitigate that, we're going to... Nope. We're going to declare war, on this dude. Why? Well, because we want to take care of him. First, because he has a decent chunk of troops, 97, and he's the leader, right? So, by getting rid of their parties around, it's going to allow us a bit easier time. If you don't want to do that, you can just easily go ahead and siege the castle, but you have to be careful in case an army comes by or a bunch of troops come by. You also want to try to have a good engineer. Ooh, apologize for that. Apparently my control wants to die. You want to have a good engineer so this can go faster. Unfortunately, I'm about to be attacked by a lot of troops, so we're gonna go fight him. If this happens, and you have enough time to react, and the army is too much for you, for army composition, you can pull away, fight him one by one, and then come back. But since we have archers, we're going to fight him. As you can see, we'll fight to our last thing. It's 216, just them versus us. So I'll be right back once I defeat him, and we'll get over the rest. Can get on to the rest of the video. So I'll see you in a second. Alright, so we just were able to defeat him. We lost 5 units, but we got a bunch of upgrades. And if you want, you can, if you have this opportunity, you can bolster your numbers with this troops. So you have a little bit more than enough units. It is not recommended just in case you don't get it done within a proper amount of time. Ooh, we got upgrades. So let's see if we're able to get the siege before some troops decide to go away. Where's the party leader? But so we fought them, and now let's get back into the siege. We have 14 troops deserted. As you can see, there is a big army. I am unsure if we can defeat him, so we can try to fight him, which will definitely not go as pleased, or we can run away. So I'm gonna try to fight him. We'll see how it goes. So I will be seeing you guys in just a second.
Stop there, stranger.
All right, we won. We suffered a bunch of losses, but we are back on track. We got a bit more enforcements, but still not the greatest. Alright, so if you get into this problem again, you can fight or you can run away and wait till the better time, or you can wait till all the armies are preoccupied far away. So you can do this a lot easier and safer. I'm gonna lose another batch of units, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. Let's take some more health. We got a bunch of enemy units prisoners, and there's another army going up there. Hopefully we'll be able to siege it and take it for ourselves, because defending the siege will be a lot easier for us. So now they have one catapult. We can try to build and siege it out and get rid of 100 garrison by starving it out. You can do it. It's a lot better if you have time where all the armies are preoccupied or they're just completely wiped out. If you don't have that, you can just immediately launch an assault, which will be probably the best since they only have one trebuchet or fire catapult. So we're gonna start it up. I have a bunch of different units. I have the archers, I have infantry, and I have some cavalry. Just because, you know, otherwise I would not have 200 units or more. So since you're gonna be doing it without a siege weapon, you're gonna need to figure out where the catapult is. And by the looks of it, it is right here on the screen. And the ladders are right here, and I believe right here. So what we're gonna do is we're going to attack. We're gonna position all our troops right here. Right? The reason why is so they have faster time getting over here under the treb, to where that treb can do nothing. As you can see, the trebuchet, yeah, it's right there. So we're gonna send the charge, but we're actually not going to charge. We are gonna position our troops right here, to where they can attack the enemy units while being protected from the trebuchet, because trebuchet, let me tell you, will wipe a lot of our troops out. So what you can do from here is, if you have the bow and arrow, is just peek and shoot. And since we have a lot of battalion being champions, it's gonna be easy for us to shoot the enemy. The reason why we're shooting the enemy and not just scaling is so we can get rid of a nice amount of them pretty much for free with the minimal losses. The less losses we have, the a lot easier it will be for us to hold this place. And you want to play it safe just so you don't go down, because if you go down in the battle, AI takes over it, and it's not always does the smartest things. So if you're careful and you don't go down, you'll have a lot easier time. Plus, you'll be able to pick off some of the enemy archers, just like how we're doing right now. And less enemy archers, well, less enemy troops. More of our troops stay alive, which is what we want. So I'm gonna win. I'm gonna win this, and I will be back in a second once we do, and we'll go from there on what to do next after taking your solo fief, because this is probably the easiest way. You can go through the whole thing of being a vassal and keeping the fief, but that will bring a lot of unnecessary trouble, because, well, that kingdom will hate you. everybody in there will hate you. So you don't want to do that. You don't want to start a war with your former kingdom unless it is weak. If it's weak, then it's different story. You can go and do it that way, because you will get a fief once that kingdom takes some of the fiefs from their enemies. But it might not always be of your culture. Okay, wow, we're just getting peppered. Oh, right here. So, as I said, we will be back once this is done, because this is what I'm going to be doing, is just waiting and poking at the enemy. So, be back in a second. Alright. Alright. We took the castle. Unfortunately, I went down, so we lost a little more troops than needed to be. We lost 21 dead, 60 injured, which sucks, but it's not the worst, because we still have a good amount of units left. So, the big challenge comes now. Since you have the fief, it's going to be a bit harder. We're going to get rid of all this prisoners. We're going to get all the troops. Why? Because we're going to put a nice chunk of them in the castle. You might not get as lucky. You know? You might just have nobody, pretty much defenders. If that happens, what you do is you quickly run around, you know, the towns like Utlaim and Sordis, and hire all the troops, be it peasants or not, doesn't matter, and put them in a garrison. The reason why is you want to have as big of a garrison as possible at the start, which will require you to have a good amount of pay. So we're not going to put cavalry, but we'll put everybody else. The reason why we don't want to put cavalry, because yes, they are high tier, is they are not the best at it. I'm also going to put pretty much 150, 200 troops. Don't want to put too many, because that would not be great. And I know some of them will become, oh, there you go. We're at 285. I would love to fill it as much as possible, but that would not be ideal. Is there any more archers? No. So, because if we overfill it, it would not be ideal, because we'll be paying a lot of money. If you're gonna do this, you're gonna need money. So we're losing 3.1k now. So let's get rid of pretty much everybody who's not a battalion. There we go. With 161 total of our troops. Right? We're gonna get rid of 221. We don't need them. It's also a lot of recruits. So we're gonna need to keep our garrison stockpile. We're gonna need to start upgrading our castle. The best things is to go for militia and the wall. But our food is very low, which means if we get attacked, it's not gonna be great. So what you can do is go for workshop. Then if you took something that's not yours, or you have culture, you can go fairgrounds to get your loyalties up. We're gonna go into workshop, militia, wall, siege. And since we have enough money, we're gonna throw in some money for reserve, so we'll be able to build it faster. We're gonna have a good amount of garrison until we get a good amount of militia. The reason why we want militia is because they don't cost anything. They don't need food, they don't cost much gold, so it'll be easier for us to defend it. Which is why we're gonna be eventually getting our militia grounds up to the max and then go for trained militia. But for now, that's what we're gonna do. Also gonna put a bunch of prisoners. We're gonna need to keep enemy lords, because we don't have to keep them prisoner on us, but we can keep them just overall. The reason why is we want to try to peace out from this war as fast as possible. The reason why we want to peace out, because we don't want to make this a long fight. But you can do it a little smart and make your kingdom and then peace out. The reason why is they'll be paying us a tribute, which will allow you to get a little more income right off the bat. So, we're going to make ourselves a kingdom, right? So we have our fief, we took it, you seen it, you try to snipe it if possible, you know. If you already own the fief and you just want to break away from kingdom and start your own, you can do that, but that's how you take it solo. But now, since we want to become our own kingdom, we're gonna need a governor. We're gonna put Corain as our governess, and since that happened, I'm gonna re-enter, and now we see Corain here. So we have the gold, we have the troops somewhat, and we're clan tier 4. Remember, you need to be clan tier 4 for it. We have okay gold. You want to have as much gold as possible. Preferably, you want to have at least 1,000,000 dinars. You know, the reason why is you're gonna be in a lot of wars at the start because everybody wants to pick a fight with you because you are solo. You have nothing, right? So by having 1,000,000 dinars or more, you can peace out, pay tribute and stuff like that, and just be okay while you build up your troops. While maybe during the war, get 1 or 2 clans to join you so you can start to expand, right? Because sometimes there'll be 3 wars going on and you can't just go on that, so you can just pay off those wars, those kingdoms. I mean, now we have Corinne over here, and we're gonna talk to her. Since she's our governor, we can do this. It will pop up. It is time to take a momentous step. It is time to proclaim a new kingdom, right? Now it will tell you your laws and customary. Since we're Battanian, we're gonna have Battanian stuff. Imperial, you're gonna have Imperial, Vlandian, and so on. Now we'll be using cantons and law speakers. Well, and we'll name it Kingdom There you go, Kingdom of YouTube. Now, boom, on the 17th day, blah, 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 we created. And now, our clan created it, and it shows that we are automatically at war with Battanians, because we're already at war with them before. Now we can see that we have 11 prisoners of theirs. We have a bunch of there. So now we are our own kingdom. But there's a bunch more stuff that you want to do before hiring or getting more people on your side. Probably you want to have as much positive notes or relations with that kingdom. You know, for example, you want to have like this relations with him be like as max as possible, so it costs you less to hire him or make him defect. But there's some policies that you're gonna need to get your kingdom to be more prosperous, so you don't get a bunch of debuffs. And now we're here, and look, they're gonna try to amass an army to siege us. But since we have a lot, and I mean a lot of troops in our beautiful, beautiful keep, we will be fine. And since we're the owner of the castle that this village belongs, we can hire everybody, you know, which is another positive thing for us. So the enemy at first will try to burn down the villages, do the raids, right? And we don't want that. But that's gonna be it for this video, because that will be another video talking about the policies that you want to have to make your kingdom prosperous. But with that said, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm sorry I rambled. Just want to quickly overview. Try to snipe a castle if you're a solo clan. You know, you want to have as little defense as possible when you're trying to snipe, and the armies are no big nearby armies, and if there are, they're occupied with like taking a castle or a town. So once you snipe that, make a governor of the castle or a town if you took it, talk to it, proclaim the kingdom, boom, done. Make sure you have as much money as possible, preferably over 1,000,000, so you can have easier time. But with that said, don't forget to stay awesome. I'll see you in the next one. I hope you enjoyed it. Bye bye.